Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share some top tips that I try live by in my day-to-day life. So here we go. Okay, so one of my top tips I like to live by is all in around having an aim or setting goals. So most years, I think for the last 5 years, every year I've set some goals in which I want to achieve and make sure that I aim towards in that year. So I feel like if I didn't have the goals set and a plan forward to how I was going to achieve those goals, I would never be in the situation I am now. Because a lot of the time, to get where you want to go requires a strategy, it requires a plan. I mean, we all know that term, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. And that's so true. Because if you don't know, one, how to achieve something or how to get there or what you need to do, then you haven't really done the whole research behind, getting to your goal. You can't just have dreams or aspirations and never put an action plan to achieve those things in place. So without a plan, it's kind of just a dream. So that would be one of my top tips, is to set goals and reevaluate them. Because sometimes you set goals and then you realize that actually they're not that important, or it's not important to me now. Or you actually find that, there's something you really, really want that you didn't think of before. So every year, try set some goals, try work out a strategy or a plan and what you need to do to achieve them. And then reevaluate, how far did you come? Did you achieve a lot more than what you actually set out to? Or are there things that you need to work on or develop in order to, achieve those things? So I think if you want to move forward in life, if you've got goals or things that you really want to do, put them down on a piece of paper, write a little plan or a little brainstorm as to what steps you're going to do to get there, and then also put in a time frame, a realistic time frame. I mean, I'm sure you've all heard of SMART goals. So that's being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and a time frame. So do a SMART goal, write it down, reevaluate it, and you'll see that you actually can achieve what you set out to do. So it would be one of my top tips, set goals. Another top tip I'd like to share with you is all about taking ownership and responsibility for your health, wealth, and happiness. Yes, you are the sole person responsible for your own happiness, health, and well-being. No one else is responsible for that. Stop trying to find it externally. You actually can find everything internally. It's all about learning who you are, being comfortable with that person, and loving yourself. Be kind to what you say to yourself. Put good things in your body. Treat it like, it's the only car that you're ever going to own, and you need to prioritize what oil you put in that engine because you want it to work for a long time. Take ownership, and then you'll start to see that everything in life is your own choice. What you achieve or what you decide to do, or the happiness that, you seek or you find, that's all up to you. Don't ever place it in a person, because trust me, you'll be trying to find that your whole life. You'll never be satisfied. Take ownership and responsibility for your own life, your own actions, and create the life that you want. It's as simple as that. The next top tip is all about not confusing motivation with discipline. So many people think that, they've got a goal or an aim and motivation is going to help them get them there. No, motivation is going to help you start something, but it's not going to see you right through. So discipline is something that I guess takes practice. It takes consistency, perseverance. It takes a number of traits that lots of people struggle with. And it takes having a plan. So always think of, like when you feel like you don't want to do something, but you should because it's going to help you get there. Think about the short-term benefits and do they outweigh the long-term costs for that decision? So sometimes it's really good, you know, if you're like, you know, unsure whether you want to do something, or, you know, you want to go on a holiday but you're saving for a house or something like that, you know, actually write down what are the benefits, what are the costs, and are they consistent with what I want out of life? Because so many people live, you know, week to week, short-term benefits, and then they never get to those long-term gains. Same with, you know, achieving your goals around fitness. You may, you know, get really motivated, go to the gym like, you know, 5 times a week in the first month, and then find that your motivation's completely gone, and that's where your discipline comes in. That's where, you know, you make yourself go. You're disciplined. You remember that long-term goal that you set and stick by it. They also did a thing with children around marshmallows, and it's quite interesting because it showed the kids that were able to not eat the marshmallow in front of them on their plate actually did really well in life and well outperformed the children that ate their marshmallow. So it's a really famous experiment, and if you've got young kids, could be cool to do. So what you do is you put a marshmallow on a plate and you ask the child to not eat it, and if they wait and they don't eat it, then they get 2 marshmallows. And just see, some kids can't resist, but the ones that can wait, they're more likely to be successful because of their discipline in the long term of their life. So yeah, an interesting experiment, but if you can remind yourself to say no to the short-term benefits, because the short-term benefits are going to, you know, take you away from that goal, then you're more likely to succeed. Another top tip is to stop comparing yourself to other people. Now, when I say that, like, it's absolutely fine to have people that inspire you, that motivate you, that, you know, encourage you, but know that there's only ever going to be one of them and only ever going to be one of you. So only compare yourself to the person that you were yesterday. That's all you want to do in life is, you know, be better than that person yesterday, or do a bit more, or, you know, improve a little bit more. So don't compare yourself to others, just focus on yourself and water your own grass. Because when you look at someone else's grass, it may be artificial. It may actually not be greener than yours. So stop trying to be someone else and just be really comfortable with yourself. You know, if you're lacking confidence, self-esteem, like, do something about it. You know, too many people just complain about things in their life, and it's like, actually, you have the internet, you have the skills to find out and learn about yourself. You know, understand your problems. Take time to, you know, recognize what your faults are. Really learn who you are. And once you do that, you can start mastering, you know, things that you'd like to upskill with, learn tools. You know, if you find that you're not in control of yourself or your emotions, you can actually learn to be much more aware of things and become your own therapist. So I really encourage everyone to really take the time to understand who they are, what they stand for, and what they want out of life. You'll be much more fulfilled and content if you can do that. And yeah, stop comparing yourself to other people, because you're only ever you. The last top tip I want to share with you today is all around don't be afraid to fail, and also don't stop when you hit obstacles. We all hit obstacles in our life. Lots of the time, you know, things don't work out as we planned. Don't let it stop you. Continue, move on, learn from it, and try something new. You know, when you do something, you're not going to get it right the first time. And if you do, that goal's a bit too easy. You know, set your limits higher. And when you do that, know that you will fail. You will find hurdles. You will find barriers. But you need to persevere, overcome them. You know, most people never go that extra 5%. And that extra 5% is usually what sets most people above from the rest. So know that when you are trying to achieve something really big, or, you know, something you really want to do, you probably are going to find some kinks or some barriers in that journey. And what you just need to do is continue on. Be consistent. You know, if you need to readdress your strategy that you had, reassess it, change it up, keep going. Perseverance pays off. Patience, perseverance, growth, it all comes from these times. So know that, you know, you are going to fail, you are going to make mistakes, but as long as you learn from them, turn those mistakes into learning experiences, you'll grow so much faster than other people that are too afraid to make mistakes. So don't let the fear of failure or the fear of trying something new put you off. And when you do hit those obstacles or those barriers or those setbacks, continue. Don't let it put you off. Just keep going. And one day you'll get there.